same, but are spelled different and mean something different. These two words on the top we used last week, horse and horse. The first one is when you have a very scratchy throat. The second is the creature. Where and where. Question word. What do you want to wear? This says dough and dough. The first one is cookie dough. The second is a lady deer. Whale and whale. Whale is the creature in the ocean. Whale is a screaming baby. So let's see which goes in the blank. This, he's holding his throat, and it looks like he's having trouble talking. Horse. H-O-A-R-S-E. That is the homophone for this picture. This may be a horse, but it doesn't look like a horse. I'm going to go with doe. D-O-E. That's the word for a female deer. Blank. A blank lives in the ocean but must surface to breathe. That has to be whale. W-H-A-L-E. Do you blank glasses? Do you wear glasses? The next one is a section on punctuation. Remember what we've talked about with quotation marks. Quotation marks go around what someone said, and the punctuation stays inside the quotation marks. Margot asked, what 10-letter word starts with gas? So she's speaking. Put a comma here to separate who said it and what they said. Quotation marks at the beginning, quotation marks at the end, and since this is a question, we put our question mark inside the quotation marks. After a while, Nicole said, I give up. In between who said it is a comma. Then the quotation marks. I give up. I'll go with period. Close quotation marks. Suddenly, Al exclaimed gleefully, it's automobile. These words are the clue that we need to use an exclamation point somewhere. The exclamation point is going to go after what he says. Comma in between who said it and what they said, and the quotation marks around the words that were spoken. Next section. Commas. I had brought in the newspaper, picked up the mail, watered the plants, and fed all the pets before Dad got home. This sounds like a list of things. We have to put commas in between a list of things. I had brought in the newspaper, comma, picked up the mail, comma, watered the plants, comma, and fed all the pets before Dad got home. We do put the comma before the and. Verb tense. This means the action is either going to happen in the future, in the present, or in the past. Present is right now, past is yesterday, future would be tomorrow. Whoops, sorry. Every evening we watch eagles in the canyon soaring on the wind currents. Well, we watch. That does not mean yesterday, and it doesn't mean tomorrow. It means now. So I would say it is the present. past would have said we watched, and the future would have said we will watch, or we will be watching. This section again is fact and opinion. Fact I can prove, opinion is something that I think. My computer's screensaver has blue bubbles on it. Well, I can prove it if I just look at it, so I will call that a fact. A blue screensaver is more attractive than a green one. This is an opinion, because someone might be able to disagree with me. You cannot disagree with facts. They are proven. Possessives. There are 3 words that I'll say brothers. The first one is plural. It just means more than one. The second one is only one brother. How do I know? Because before the apostrophe is one brother. Brothers, apostrophe on the outside. This is a plural possessive. Plural possessive. How do I know? Because brothers, more than one, comes before the apostrophe. That's how I know. And this is a singular possessive. So let's decide which to use. My 3 brothers decided to share an apartment. Here's a clue. My 3 brothers. 3. That means I'm just going to use the plural. They're not owning anything. You'll find my brother's apartment on West Elm Street. Okay? My brother's apartment. Now, since it doesn't... Yep, she already said my 3 brothers. So for number 13, I believe I would use the plural possessive. But let's check the last one. My oldest brother's car is parked there now. Well, she only has one oldest. So this is going to be singular possessive. Brothers, apostrophe before the S. Sorry, I made a mistake there. My oldest brother, singular, only one. So 13 will have to be the plural possessive. All of her brothers live in this apartment. So brothers, apostrophe on the outside. All the brothers, apostrophes on the outside of the S. Only one brother, the apostrophe is before the S. Contractions. You're just going to tell me what the contraction is here. He had already learned to swim. He'd, H-E apostrophe D. But I had not. Hadn't, apostrophe with N and the T. Adjectives and adverbs. We're going to choose between the word enthusiastic and enthusiastically. This is an adjective which will describe a noun. This is an adverb because it has an ly on the end, and it will describe an action. Lenore worked enthusiastically on her lessons. It tells how she worked. Enthusiastically. It's a very long word. Tells how she worked. We enjoyed being around an enthusiastic person. Like you. Enthusiastic describes person. It's an adjective. Enthusiastic. Very hard to spell. Root words. Root words are the meaningful part of larger words. The root word is in unwise, and wisely is blank. Well, if we remove the suffix from wisely and the prefix from unwise, we're left with the root word, which is wise. And our final section, prefixes and suffixes. The handmade wooden toys in the craft shop were made of blank. Wooden. This is a suffix. That means it is made of wood. So, toys in the craft shop were made of metal, pine, or plastic. Well, wooden isn't metal, and it isn't plastic. Pine is a kind of wood, a pine tree. So this has to be the answer. Made of pine. It's the only one that is wood. The suffix en in words like wooden and woolen means made of, looking like, or near. Near doesn't make any sense. Wooden, looking like wood, or made of wood? Made of wood. You're right. And there are your answers for review number 3.